Tuhin Sinha, why object to a simple message, revolutionary greetings to the President of China, Xi Jinping, on his unprecedented re-election?
Well, good evening, Gaurav ji. You know, Pinari, the Kerala CM Pinari giving out greetings to Xi Jinping should not surprise anybody because he has merely paid obeisance to their ideological mentors. It needs to be remembered today that the CPIM was formed in the aftermath of the 1962 war based on their firm belief that it was that China was not the aggressor, and by siding with the Indian government, they would have given in to the notion of siding with, there was a term which they had used, bourgeoisie nationalism.
Okay.
So I think the fundamental point over here is that CPIM in its thought process, in its ideology, was always closer to the Chinese Communist Party, and that got repeated in the aftermath of the Galwan clash, where, as an aside, they used the word unfortunate for the clashes, but very clearly they had put the onus for restoring tranquility upon the Indian government. So I think there is a fundamental problem with their ideology, with their belief, which finds itself closer to the Chinese. But today, let us not restrict ourselves to Pinari Vijayan.
Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me get Professor Dinesh Varshney to respond to this. Then we'll take this forward. Professor Varshney, respond to this criticism that Pinari Vijayan, sitting in sun-kissed Kerala, stands with China, as is the allegation, and not with our braves on the icy high-altitude desert of eastern Ladakh battling Chinese expansionism, sir.
Look, first of all, let me bring a fact to you, which is well-known fact, including the ambassador, if he had been dealing with the diplomacy in the government of India, that the communist parties all over the world have the fraternal relation with each other nation's communist party. But suppose the Communist Party in India works, it works in the interest of India. So congratulating Jinping is not a bad thing, not wrong thing also, because even Prime Minister Modi congratulated him. Have you declared China an enemy nation? No yet. You have the largest trading partner is China, foreign trade is now. The China is the largest goods import is from China now. So you see, you please don't make a demagogy. This is a demagogy of the government to just run it like this. You see, if we have a border crisis with China, we have to deal it on the border crisis on diplomatic level, and it has to go through talk. This is not an era of war. This is not an era of war. China should also understand, India should also understand. Hence, congratulating him is not a bad thing, and we always have a fraternal relations with each other communist party.
Sir, but a relationship with the Communist Party of a hostile country cannot make you more loyal to that Communist Party than to the nation. But let me take that to Ambassador Sajjan.
Then the government of India should declare the China an enemy nation and stop all trading relations. You will not get even a paracetamol in India. It is an interdependent world nowadays.
Ambassador Sajjan, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says India-China relations cannot be normal till borders are peaceful. This is the third year of the standoff after Galwan, sir. Are the actions of Kerala Chief Minister Pinari Vijayan, in your appreciation, at odds with the united stand that we as a nation should be taking?
Absolutely, I quite agree. You know, there is only one agency in the country which can determine India's foreign policy, and that is the central government. You know, it is not that states have their own independent foreign policy and they can sort of, take the direction that they want. And here the stand of the central government is very clear that our relations with China are not normal. There have been no sort of, congratulatory messages going to China from our central leadership, whether the Prime Minister or the External Affairs Minister to his own counterpart, whatever. So I don't think that it is, the Kerala Chief Minister should be shooting off this message of congratulations. Particularly, it is not only an insult to our bravehearts who died. I think it's an insult to the whole country, in my view, because the whole country has been at, there was a conflict in which we lost our people just about 3 years ago. And our relations, there are still 50,000 of our troops who are facing an equal number of troops from China. So I think this is not only in very poor taste, but it should not have been done because, it is something similar to when the war was, when the Galwan clashes and that face-off was going on, we had Mr. Rahul Gandhi also going and meeting the Chinese ambassador, saying that, I want to know exactly what is happening.
Okay, in Doklam in 2017. You're absolutely right.